I am Valcalda from T-Bridge. T-Bridge is a private company, Italian private company, and is a partner of WEEENMODELS project. We work in ICT and advisory services, and in the project, our role is the technical part, also in ICT system, and also in the logistics and transport approach to design the project. This project is almost finished at the last and 2016. Sorry. And our main objects is dedicated to the small WEEE, and you have the object to have a new innovative service to collect them, to have a new effective logistics network, also served by ICT platform, have a new dedicated urban collection point, and also to set up new activities for use chain for this small WEEE. Then the project concerns a model of WEEE reverse logistics and applying the city, also to design new processes and to test, to try a prototypal implementation of this type of new processes. Our purpose is to increase the WEEE collection and also to optimize the supply chain to collect the WEEE. The project has made available for citizens and stakeholders, quindi a new systematic solution which can contribute to better satisfy the obligation for the city to increase the collection for the new European legislation, laws, and have also more efficiency to the whole processes. The test of this project is in Genoa. Genoa is not a special city, but the population density of the city is very high. Also the geographic site is not very easy to have a good logistics to collect the waste in general, and also the WEEE, which is our objective. From the logistic point of view, we see before the communication objectives. This the other part of the project. Sorry. Our result, our goals is to have the 45% of punto market collected of WEEE. This is the European rule from this year. To raise also the actual collection of small WEEE, because the project is in particular dedicated to this type of WEEE, and the small WEEE is the WEEE with a less collection rate. I remember more or less 7% in Italy collected in comparison with all the put on the market. And I remember more or less 40% collected for all the wheat, but only 7% for the small wheat. to have this project, to have this goal, we have also to improve a network of stakeholders, to have a good involvement in this new collection system, and also to implement activity to have a new process for reuse of the small WEEE. This is for us is a very strength goal, so not easy to achieve, I think. What we did in this project? But the project has created a new collection chain dedicated to small WEEE and organized. The small WEEE is in particular the small length less than 30 centimeters. And which is the processes is the first one is the itinerant collection point organized by Amiu in Genoa. Itinerant because there is a van or more vans. They go around the city with a specific calendar to collect the WEEE, especially the small WEEE. Then we have ecological island in collection city center. You have 4 collection centers in the city with area dedicated to WEEE. Then the other solution is to collect the WEEE in public area by dedicated bins or container, public area near, for example, to the school, to the public bodies, etc. Also in supermarket. And the other one, this is the public, this the first 3 processes is by public bodies, and the others and by private services, implemented by private services, is collect a small WEEE in private areas. We name this services office because we put bins in private company, in the office of private company, to collect by the employee the WEEE. And to have to collect with the WEEE by the retailers, then the distributor, in particular, they sell the electrical equipment, and these are the 3 types of collect, because there is the collection mandatory, with the retailers have more than 400 area of selling area, and to have the one-to-one selling point. When you buy equipment, you can put in the shop the old equipment. That is more processes, but then these processes, the different flow of WEEE is direct to the collection center, and at the final of the process in the plant treatment of or in reuse technical assistant. Now we have 2 technical assistant company involved in the project, and then can reuse the WEEE collected. which is our results. If you have we have the data for the small WEEE, but one of the objects of our project is to have a good data or a good collection data, because in the past, in the 2013 and also in the 2014, these data are statistical data. Statistical data calculated with an algorithmic system for all the we collected. But this year, and also from September of last year, you can have the precise data collected for the small WEEE with calculate the weight in the collection center, but it is the precise weight only for the small, only for the small. We think this is a good result, because this year you have increased the collection about 200% in comparison with 3 years ago, and also in comparison with the last year, but the collection improved in this year in comparison with the start of the project. And other project is related by the overall collection of WEEE, the European program, the European target is 45% of put on the market. We have the result of about 45% in the last year, and this year we are almost of the 45%, like very, very near to the target, European target. I think this type of data you have, I think it's better to suggest, I think, to legislator to change something, because the data of put on the market is very statistical data. It's not very precise, I think, only for all the nation, but we don't have regional data in this case. Then there is many difficult to have a precise situation in this case. Only a few situations, which is, I think, I remember the presentation of University of Udine. She said, sorry, there is a connection between the collection point and the collection of WEEE. In our situation is just also we are agree with this conclusion, because to have a big volume collected, the main processes more effective is by the ecological island in the collection center in the city. But also with the itinerant collection, you can have a good volume. The problem of itinerant collection is the cost of the services, because you have to dedicate a van and also workforce. But Amiu decided this year to combine the WEEE collection with the small WEEE also with a big WEEE, and also others like furniture and etc. And then in this situation is more efficiency the solution. Our not only for us, big problem is the difficulty to have a good collection by the retailers. The retailers are very few retailers are registered in National Register Environment Managers that can't manage the WEEE. And this I think we think is a big problem, because the network of retailers can become a very good network to collect a small WEEE, in particular the small WEEE. Thanks.